I'm Sarah, and today we have a very special English listening practice for you. It is not only fun, but it will also help you understand real, natural English better. So, sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this practice together. Imagine you are sitting in a cozy room, sipping your favorite drink, and listening to a friend talk about her day. That is exactly what we will do today. We will listen, understand, and learn English step by step. And don't worry, everything will be slow, clear, and easy to follow. You can repeat after me, or just listen quietly, whatever feels best for you. Today, we will follow a story about a young woman named Emma. Emma loves learning English. She is not perfect, and sometimes she feels nervous, but she never gives up. Through Emma's story, you will hear many simple English words, short sentences, and real-life conversations. You will also learn new expressions that people use every day. By the end of this practice, your listening skills will improve, and you will feel more confident to speak English too. Last week, Emma decided to take a small trip to a nearby town. She wanted to explore, meet new people, and, most importantly, practice her English. She packed her bag carefully. She put her notebook, a small bottle of water, and her favorite pen inside. She even packed some snacks. She wanted to be ready for anything. Before leaving, she checked the weather. It was sunny and warm, perfect for a little adventure. Emma smiled. "This will be fun," she said to herself. On her way to the bus station, Emma saw many people walking, chatting, and laughing. Some people were carrying shopping bags. Some were walking dogs. The town was alive, full of energy and sounds. Emma listened carefully. She tried to understand the conversations around her. Sometimes she heard words she knew, sometimes new words. But she kept smiling. She knew that listening is the first step to learning English. At the bus station, Emma waited for the bus. While waiting, she met a young man sitting next to her. He looked friendly and cheerful. Emma said hello. "Hi, how are you today?" she asked. The young man smiled. "I'm good, thank you." "And you?" he replied. Emma felt happy. She answered, "I'm fine. Thank you." Just these few words made her feel proud. She knew she was practicing English even in small moments. The bus arrived and Emma got on. She found a seat by the window. She could see trees, small shops, and children playing outside. The bus was moving slowly through the town, and she noticed every detail. Listening to the bus driver's announcements, watching people, and observing the environment were all small ways to practice English. Emma loved this. She thought, every day is a chance to learn. As the bus drove further, Emma remembered a tip from her teacher. Her teacher said, "Listen carefully, even if you don't understand every word. Try to catch the words you know. That is how your brain learns." Emma followed this advice. She heard a mother talking to her child. "Be careful. Don't run too fast." She recognized the words, "careful" and "run." She smiled and whispered to herself, "I understand a little." Little by little, her listening skills were improving. Emma also heard a man talking on the phone. He said, "Yes, I will be there at 3 o'clock. Don't worry." Emma repeated slowly after him, "I will be there at 3 o'clock. Don't worry." She noticed the pronunciation, the way he stressed certain words. She practiced again quietly. These small moments were important. Every word she heard and repeated made her English better. While traveling, Emma thought about her goal. She wanted to speak English naturally, like the people she met. She wanted to understand conversations, watch movies, and even make new friends in English.
But she knew it would take time.
She reminded herself, it's okay if I don't understand everything now. Step by step, I will get there. This thought made her feel calm and motivated. Suddenly, Emma noticed a little cafe on the side of the road. She thought, maybe I can stop there, have a cup of coffee, and listen to people talking. She decided to get off at the next stop. As she entered the cafe, she felt the warmth inside. The smell of coffee and baked goods was comforting. People were talking quietly, reading books, and enjoying their drinks. Emma chose a seat near the window. She could hear the conversations clearly and could practice listening in a relaxed place. Emma ordered a cup of coffee. The barista smiled and said, "Hello, what would you like today?" Emma replied, "I would like a small coffee, please." She noticed the polite way the barista spoke and tried to copy it softly. While waiting for her coffee, she listened to two women talking nearby. They were discussing a new book. Emma caught some words. Book, interesting, chapter. She repeated slowly after them. Book, interesting, chapter. These small words were her building blocks for understanding more complex sentences later. After a few minutes, Emma felt more confident. She realized that listening carefully, repeating words, and staying calm are the key steps to improving English. She even smiled at herself. "I am learning," she whispered. She knew that every small effort counts. By practicing daily, she was slowly improving. Emma's story shows us something important. Learning English is not about being perfect. It is about noticing small moments, listening carefully, repeating words, and never giving up. Even when it feels difficult, every step brings progress. Today, through Emma's journey, you'll hear many small English sentences, short dialogues, and real-life expressions. You will also have chances to repeat words and phrases, which helps your brain remember them better. Emma sat quietly at her table, holding her warm cup of coffee. She could hear the soft sounds of spoons stirring in cups, chairs moving, and people talking. She smiled, thinking, "This is perfect. I can practice." Listening without rushing. She looked around the cafe. Some people were reading, some were working on laptops, and some were chatting with friends. Emma loved this atmosphere. It was calm, friendly, and full of small conversations to listen to. Just then, a young woman sat at the table next to Emma. She had a bright smile and a kind face. Emma noticed that the woman was speaking English on her phone. She was saying, "Yes, I will meet you at the park at 4 o'clock. Don't forget the tickets." Emma repeated quietly after her, "I will meet you at the park at 4 o'clock. Don't forget the tickets." She listened carefully to the pronunciation and the rhythm of the words. Emma wanted to practice speaking too. She took a small breath and said hello to the woman. "Hi, my name is Emma. I am learning English," she said. The woman smiled and replied, "Hello, Emma. I'm Lisa. Nice to meet you." "That's wonderful. I also love learning new things." Emma felt happy. She had just started a conversation in English. Her heart beat a little faster, but she felt proud of herself. Lisa asked, "Do you come to this cafe often?" Emma replied, "No, it's my first time. I like it here. It is very nice." Lisa nodded. "Yes, it is cozy and calm. Perfect place to read or talk." Emma listened to her words and noticed some new ones, cozy and calm. She repeated slowly after Lisa, cozy calm. She smiled. These small new words were exciting for her. She thought, I can use them in my own sentences later. Emma and Lisa started talking about simple topics. They spoke about the weather, favorite drinks, and hobbies. Emma said, I like coffee and reading books. And you? Lisa answered, I like tea and painting. I often paint in the park near my house. Emma listened carefully. She noticed the word painting. She repeated quietly, painting. Then she said, I like painting too, but I am not very good. Lisa laughed gently. It is okay. The most important thing is to enjoy it. Now let's pause a little and practice some of the words Emma learned. Repeat after me slowly. Cozy, calm, painting, enjoy, wonderful, tickets, park, meet.
Good job.
If you need, you can say them again. Listening and repeating is very important. It helps your brain remember words faster. After a few minutes, Emma noticed a small boy sitting at another table with his mother. He was holding a toy car and talking softly. Emma listened. Mom, look. The car goes fast. She could recognize some words. Look, car, fast. She repeated slowly. Look, car, fast. These simple sentences are also useful. People often use short sentences in daily conversations, just like this. Emma realized something important. Listening is not only about long conversations. Short sentences, small words, and little talks are very useful. They help her understand real English naturally. She whispered to herself, every sentence, even a small one, is practice. While sipping her coffee, Emma saw a man reading a newspaper. He muttered quietly, the weather is very hot today. I hope it will rain later. Emma noticed new words, weather and hope. She repeated, weather, hope. She thought, I can use these words to talk about my day. Emma also liked the sentence rhythm. She noticed how the man paused slightly between ideas. The weather is very hot today. Pauses are important. They help listening and speaking. Emma felt brave enough to start another conversation. She smiled at Lisa and said, I want to practice more English. Can we talk about something fun? Lisa nodded happily. Sure. Let's talk about travel. Do you like traveling? Emma's eyes lit up.
Yes.
I love traveling. Last week, I went to a small town. It was beautiful and quiet. Lisa said, that sounds amazing. What did you see there? Emma described her trip slowly. I saw small shops, children playing, and a park with many flowers. People were friendly and kind. Now, friends, let's listen to some key sentences from Emma's conversation. Repeat after me. Do you like traveling?
Yes.
I love traveling. It was beautiful and quiet. People were friendly and kind. Very good. Remember, short and clear sentences are easier to remember. Emma continued talking with Lisa. They shared small stories from their daily life. Emma said, I like reading in the morning. It helps me feel calm and happy. Lisa smiled. That is a good habit. I also read every day, especially at night before sleep. Emma noticed the word habit. She repeated slowly, habit, read, sleep. She also realized that repeating words right after hearing them helps her remember. After some time, Lisa asked, "Do you watch movies in English?" Emma answered, "Yes, sometimes. But I don't understand everything. I try my best." Lisa said, "That is okay. Listening is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes." Emma liked this idea. She repeated, "Listening muscled practice stronger." She thought, "Yes, I can get better slowly." Now, let's do a small listening exercise. I will say a question, and you can try to answer in English. Ready? Listen carefully. What does Emma like to do in the morning?
Pause.
Yes, she likes reading in the morning. Another question. Who did Emma meet in the cafe?
Pause.
Correct. She met Lisa, a friendly woman. Listening questions like this help you understand better and remember words. While talking, Emma noticed a small notebook on the table. She took it and wrote some new words she learned today. Cozy, calm, painting, enjoy, wonderful, tickets, park, meet, weather, hope, habit, read, sleep. Writing words while listening is very helpful. It makes learning stronger. She smiled and thought, I will review these words every day. Emma also noticed that listening carefully was tiring but fun. She realized that focusing on every sound, every word, and every sentence takes effort. But it is worth it. Her teacher always said, English listening is like catching drops of water. One by one, you will collect them all. Emma liked this idea. She whispered to herself, I am collecting words a little by little. Time passed quickly. Emma finished her coffee and said goodbye to Lisa. She said, Thank you for talking with me. I learned a lot today. Lisa replied, You are welcome, Emma. Keep practicing. You're doing very well. Emma felt happy. She realized that small steps, short conversations, and listening carefully are very important. Before leaving the cafe, Emma took a deep breath and smiled. She thought about the words she learned, the conversations she had, and the sentences she practiced. She realized that listening practice is not only about hearing words. It is about noticing, repeating, and understanding. Every day, a little practice helps a lot. Even 10 minutes of listening, repeating, and thinking in English can make a big difference. Now, friends, let's review some of the important words and sentences from this section. Repeat after me slowly. Cozy, calm, painting, enjoy, wonderful. Tickets, park, meet, weather, hope, habit, read, sleep. Very good. And some sentences. Do you like traveling?
Yes.
I love traveling. It was beautiful and quiet. People were friendly and kind. I like reading in the morning. It helps me feel calm and happy. Excellent. Emma's cafe adventure shows us something very important. Listening practice is everywhere. It is in short sentences, small conversations, and daily life moments. You can listen while traveling, in cafes, at home, or even while walking. Repeat, notice, and enjoy. That is how your English listening and speaking improve naturally. As Emma left the cafe, she felt calm, happy, and motivated. She was ready for her next adventure, more conversations, and more words. And remember, friends, you can do the same. Every small conversation, every sentence, every word counts. Step by step, day by day, your English becomes better and better. After leaving the cafe, Emma stepped outside into the warm afternoon sun. She smiled and looked around the small town. The streets were lively, with people walking, chatting, and carrying shopping bags. Some were walking dogs, while others rode bicycles. Emma felt excited. She knew this was another opportunity to practice listening and speaking English in real life. She started walking slowly down a narrow street. She noticed a small bakery with fresh bread displayed in the window. The smell of baked bread was wonderful. Emma walked closer and peeked inside. The baker smiled and said, "Hello. Would you like to try our fresh bread?" Emma smiled and replied, "Yes, please. It smells very good." The baker handed her a small loaf. Emma thanked him. "Thank you. It is very tasty." She noticed how polite the conversation was. Short, simple sentences can make communication easy and friendly. While tasting the bread, Emma watched the people in the bakery. A woman at the counter said, "I want 2 croissants and a coffee, please." Emma noticed the words, "Want 2 croissants, coffee, please." She repeated slowly, "Want 2 croissants, coffee, please." Even small sentences like this are important in real-life English. Repeating them helps her remember and understand naturally. Emma continued walking and saw a small park nearby. Children were playing on swings and parents were sitting on benches. A boy shouted, "Look at me. I can swing very high." Emma recognized the words, "Look, swing high." She repeated quietly, "Look, swing high." Listening to children speak English is a great practice. Their sentences are simple, clear, and full of energy. While sitting on a bench in the park, Emma noticed an older man feeding birds. She thought about starting a conversation. She smiled and said, "Hello, sir. Are you feeding the birds?" The man looked up and smiled. "Yes, little lady. I feed them every afternoon." "Do you like birds?" Emma replied, "Yes. I like birds. They are beautiful." The man nodded. "Very good. You speak English nicely. Keep practicing." Emma felt proud and repeated quietly to herself, "Feed birds every afternoon. Beautiful practice." Friends, let's pause for a moment and practice some words and sentences from Emma's walk so far. Repeat after me slowly. Bread, bakery, tasty, want croissant, coffee, swing, high, feed birds every afternoon. Beautiful practice. Excellent. Now, some sentences. Hello. Would you like to try our fresh bread? I want 2 croissants and a coffee, please. I can swing very high. I like birds. They are beautiful.
Great job.
Emma noticed a small shop selling souvenirs. She wanted to buy a small notebook to write new words she learns.
She walked inside.
The shopkeeper smiled and said, "Hello. Can I help you?" Emma replied, "Yes, please. I want a small notebook." The shopkeeper nodded and gave her a notebook. "That will be $2, please," he said. Emma gave him the money and said, "Thank you very much." Small conversations like this are very useful. They help practice English in real situations. After leaving the shop, Emma sat on a bench nearby and looked at her new notebook. She wrote down some words she learned today: bread, bakery, tasty, want croissant, coffee, swing, high, feed, birds, notebook, shop, dollars. Writing while listening helps her remember words better. She also added sentences, "I want a small notebook," and "Would you like to try our fresh bread?" Writing sentences is important because it helps practice speaking later. While sitting, Emma saw a young man jogging past her. He waved and said, "Hi. Beautiful day, isn't it?" Emma smiled and replied, "Yes, very beautiful." She noticed the words, "Beautiful day, isn't it?" and repeated slowly, "Beautiful day, isn't it?" Small greetings like this are used every day. Practicing them makes listening and speaking easier. Emma thought about something important. She realized that listening carefully is not only about understanding every word. It is also about noticing new words, repeating them, and using them later. Even short sentences, greetings, and simple conversations count as practice. She whispered to herself, "Every word is practice. Every sentence is progress." As she walked further, Emma heard two people talking about directions. One said, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the train station?" The other replied, "Yes, go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left. The station is on your right." Emma listened carefully and repeated slowly, "Go straight for 2 blocks, turn left, station on your right." She realized that listening to questions and answers is very helpful. People use this type of English often. Emma decided to practice speaking. She approached a small boy playing with a ball. She smiled and asked, "Hi, can I play with you?" The boy said, "Yes, let's play." Emma laughed and joined. While playing, they shouted words like catch,
Throw.
fast. Emma repeated slowly, catch, throw, fast. Even simple play can be a listening and speaking practice. Learning English can be fun. Friends, let's practice some of these short action words together. Repeat after me. Catch, throw, fast, go straight, turn left, station, right, play, yes, let's. Excellent. These words are very useful for daily English. After playing for a while, Emma felt tired but happy. She sat under a tree and drank some water. She thought about her day. She had met new people, listened to different conversations, and practiced speaking. She realized that real-life listening is different from listening in a classroom. It is more exciting, full of new words, and sometimes a little challenging. But with patience and practice, it becomes easier. Emma remembered a tip from her teacher. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Focus on the words you know. Repeat them. Use them in sentences. Step by step, you will understand more. Emma smiled and said softly, "Yes, I will do that." She also practiced repeating sentences in her mind. "Hello. Would you like to try our fresh bread? I want a small notebook. Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left. Hi. Can I play with you?" Repeating sentences mentally or quietly is another good way to practice English. Time passed, and the sun began to set. Emma decided to walk back to the bus station. On her way, she noticed more small conversations. A woman buying flowers said, "I want 3 roses, please." A man ordering food said, "I would like a sandwich and juice." Emma repeated slowly, "I want 3 roses. I would like a sandwich, juice, please." Every sentence she repeated was a small success. As Emma reached the bus station, she reflected on her day. She had listened carefully, repeated words, and tried speaking whenever she could. She had learned new words, phrases, and sentences. More importantly, she realized that listening and speaking English is not about perfection. It is about trying, practicing, and enjoying the process. Friends, Let's review some of the important words and sentences from today's section. Repeat after me slowly. Bakery, tasty croissant, coffee, swing, high feed, birds, notebook, shop, dollars, beautiful day, catch, throw, fast, go straight, turn left, station, play. Very good. And some sentences. Hello. Would you like to try our fresh bread? I want a small notebook. Hi. Can I play with you? Go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left. Excellent. Emma's town adventure teaches us an important lesson. Real-life English is everywhere. Short sentences, small conversations, greetings, directions, and simple questions are all opportunities to practice. Listening carefully, repeating words, and trying to speak will make your English stronger every day. As Emma waited for the bus, she smiled and whispered, "Today was a good day. I learned a lot. Tomorrow I will practice more." Remember, friends, every day is a chance to listen, learn, and improve. Step by step, day by day, your English will become better. Emma stepped onto the bus with a smile. She found a seat by the window and put her small notebook on her lap. The bus was quiet, with a few people talking softly and some listening to music. Emma felt calm. She knew that even a bus ride could be a chance to practice English. She thought, every moment is a learning moment. The bus started moving slowly. Emma looked outside the window and noticed the streets she had walked through earlier. She remembered the bakery, the park, and the small souvenir shop. She thought about all the conversations she had today. She realized that listening carefully, repeating words, and speaking whenever possible had helped her a lot. Just then, a woman sat next to her. She had a friendly face and was holding a shopping bag. Emma smiled and said, "Hello. How are you?" The woman replied, "I'm good, thank you." "And you?" Emma answered, "I'm fine, thank you." They both smiled. Emma noticed that small greetings are very important in everyday English. Even a simple hello, "How are you?" can start a conversation. The woman continued, "Did you have a good day?" Emma replied, "Yes. I walked in the town, visited a cafe, and practiced English." The woman nodded. "That sounds nice. Practicing English is very good. Keep it up." Emma felt proud. She whispered to herself, "Every small conversation is practice." While listening to the woman, Emma noticed some new words. Practicing, keep it up, nice, good day. She repeated quietly after her. Practicing, keep it up, nice, good day. Repeating words immediately helps her remember and use them later. A young man sitting across from Emma was talking on the phone. He said, "I will finish work at 6. Can we meet at the cafe near the station?" Emma listened carefully and repeated quietly, "I will finish work at 6, meet at the cafe near the station." She noticed the word finish, which means to complete, and near, which means close to. These words are very useful for daily conversations. Emma decided to practice speaking again. She said to herself softly, "I will finish my homework. I will meet my friend near the park." By using words she hears in her own sentences, she practices English naturally. The bus passed a small market. Emma heard a man saying to another man, "I need 5 tomatoes and 2 onions, please." She repeated slowly, "5 tomatoes, 2 onions, please." Then she noticed a woman ordering bread. "I want a loaf of bread and a bottle of milk." Emma repeated, "A loaf of bread, a bottle of milk. I want." These simple sentences are very common in daily life. Listening and repeating them helps her speak better in real situations. Emma also practiced listening carefully to questions. She heard a child asking his father, "Can I have ice cream?" And the father replied, "Yes, but only one scoop." Emma repeated quietly, "Can I have ice cream?" Only one scoop. She realized that many English sentences are questions and answers. Practicing both helps her understand conversations better. While looking outside, Emma noticed people crossing the street. A man shouted, "Wait, don't run." Emma recognized the words, "Wait, don't run." She repeated slowly, "Wait, don't run." Short instructions like this are very useful. People often use simple commands in daily life. The bus driver announced softly, "Next stop, Central Station." Emma listened carefully and repeated, "Next stop, Central Station." She realized that listening to announcements in public places is also an important way to practice English. Even if she does not understand everything, she can catch important words like next stop or station. A young woman near Emma was reading a book aloud softly. She said, "The sun was shining and the birds were singing. It was a beautiful morning." Emma repeated quietly, "The sun was shining, birds were singing, beautiful morning." She noticed descriptive words like shining, singing, and beautiful. These words make English more colorful. She thought, "I will use these words when I talk about my day." Emma also practiced making her own sentences. She whispered to herself, "The sky is blue. The flowers are beautiful. The birds are singing." By describing what she sees, she practices English naturally and confidently. As the bus continued, Emma listened to more conversations. A man said, "I am going to the bank. Do you want to come with me?" His friend replied, "No, thank you. I need to go home." Emma repeated slowly, "I am going to the bank. Do you want to come with me? I need to go home." She realized that questions and polite answers are important in English. Listening to real conversations helps her understand how people speak naturally. Friends, let's pause and practice some important words and sentences from the bus ride. Repeat after me slowly. Finish near tomatoes, onions, a loaf, milk, ice cream, scoop, wait, don't run, next stop, station, shining, singing, beautiful morning, bank, come with me, go home. Great job. Now, some sentences. Can I have ice cream? Yes, but only one scoop. Next stop, Central Station. Do you want to come with me? I need to go home. Excellent. Emma also practiced listening to emotions in English. She noticed when people were happy, excited, or polite. The bus was a small world full of different voices. Some were speaking quickly, some slowly. Emma learned to focus on the words she knew and repeat them. She whispered, "Listening carefully helps me understand more every day." As the bus reached her stop, Emma felt happy and a little tired. She had practiced listening, repeating words, speaking politely, and understanding small conversations. She realized that English is everywhere on the streets, in cafes, on the bus, and even in short sentences. Step by step, day by day, her listening and speaking skills were improving. Before stepping off the bus, Emma practiced one more time. She said softly, "Hello. How are you?" "I am fine, thank you." "Can I have ice cream?" Next stop, Central Station. "I am going to the bank." Repeating sentences many times helps her remember and use them in real life. Emma walked home slowly, reviewing her day. She remembered the new words, the short sentences, and the conversations she had. She wrote in her notebook, finish, near, tomatoes, onions, loaf, milk, ice cream, scoop, wait, shining, singing, beautiful morning, bank, come with me, go home. She also wrote sentences, can I have ice cream? Next stop, Central Station. I am going to the bank. Writing words and sentences makes listening and speaking practice stronger. Emma smiled. She realized that learning English is not about being perfect. It is about noticing words, repeating them, speaking politely, and enjoying every moment. Listening carefully, practicing daily, and using new words and sentences makes learning fun and effective. Friends, let's review some key lessons from today's section. Repeat after me. Greetings are important, polite questions are useful, short sentences are helpful, repeating words helps memory, describing what you see improves speaking, listening everywhere builds understanding. Very good. As Emma reached her home, she felt calm, happy, and motivated. She thought, today I learned a lot. Tomorrow I will practice more, listen more, and speak more. Remember, friends, every small moment, every sentence, and every word counts. Step by step, day by day, your English will become stronger and more natural. Emma finally reached her cozy home. She opened the door and felt the warm air inside. She put her bag on the table and sat down in her favorite chair. She took out her small notebook, the one she bought at the souvenir shop earlier, and opened it. Today had been a full day of learning, listening, and speaking. She smiled, thinking, this is my English practice time now, even at home. She began by reviewing the words she had learned today. She read them slowly. Bread, bakery, tasty croissant, coffee, swing, high feed, birds, notebook, shop, dollars, beautiful day, catch, throw, fast, go straight, turn. Left station, play, finish, near, tomatoes, onions, a loaf, milk, ice cream, scoop, wait, don't run, shining, singing, beautiful morning, bank, come with me, go home. Emma repeated them aloud, slowly, clearly, one by one. She knew that repeating words multiple times helps memory. Next, Emma practiced sentences. She whispered softly, hello. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Can I have ice cream? Next stop, Central Station. I am going to the bank. Would you like to try our fresh bread? I want a small notebook. Do you want to come with me? She smiled as she repeated them. Shadowing or repeating sentences aloud helps her speak more naturally. Emma then decided to describe her day in English. She spoke slowly to herself. Today I walked in the town. I visited a cafe. I met a friendly woman named Lisa. We talked about coffee, books, and traveling. I also walked in the park and played with a boy. I listened to conversations on the bus and practiced polite greetings. I am learning many new words. I am happy. By describing her day, Emma practiced using new words and sentences naturally. Friends, let's practice this together. Repeat after me slowly. Today I walked in the town. I visited a cafe. I met a friendly woman. We talked about coffee, books, and traveling. I listened to conversations on the bus. I am learning many new words. I am happy. Excellent. These sentences are simple, but very useful for daily speaking practice. Emma realized that reflection is also an important part of learning English. By thinking about her day, she remembered new words, sentences, and conversations. Reflection helps her organize what she learned and understand English better. She wrote a few sentences in her notebook. I met Lisa. I practiced speaking politely. I listened carefully. I repeated new words. Writing sentences helps reinforce learning. Next, Emma practiced asking and answering questions in English. She spoke to herself. What did I eat today? I ate a small loaf of bread. Who did I meet? I met Lisa in the cafe. What did I see in the park? I saw children playing and a man feeding birds. What did I hear on the bus? I heard people talking about ice cream, bank, and directions. By asking and answering questions, Emma practices comprehension and speaking at the same time. Friends, let's repeat this together. Listen carefully and repeat. What did I eat today? I ate a small loaf of bread. Who did I meet? I met Lisa in the cafe. What did I see in the park? I saw children playing and a man feeding birds. What did I hear on the bus? I heard people talking about ice cream, bank, and directions. Very good. Questions and answers are key in real-life English conversations. Emma also practiced making her own sentences using new words. She said slowly, I want coffee and a croissant. I like birds. They are beautiful. I am going to the park. I need a notebook for my English practice. The sun is shining. The morning is beautiful. By creating sentences, Emma uses her learning actively. Friends, creating your own sentences is very important. It helps you speak naturally. Next, Emma practiced short dialogues by herself. She acted as two people talking. Hello. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm good. Did you have a nice day? Yes, I walked in the park and visited a cafe. I practiced English. That's wonderful. Keep practicing. By repeating dialogues, she practices listening, speaking, and understanding responses. Emma also focused on pronunciation. She read words slowly and clearly. Cozy, calm, enjoy, wonderful. Tickets, painting, habit, shining, singing, friendly, polite, repeat. She noticed how each word sounded and tried to copy it carefully. Pronunciation practice is very important for speaking clearly and being understood. After practicing for a while, Emma reflected on what she had learned today. She thought, I learned many new words and sentences. I practiced listening to real conversations. I spoke politely. I repeated words and sentences. I described my day in English. I created my own sentences. I am improving. This reflection helped her feel confident and motivated. Friends, let's repeat these reflection sentences together. I learned many new words and sentences. I practiced listening to real conversations. I spoke politely. I repeated words and sentences. I described my day in English. I created my own sentences. I am improving. Excellent. Practicing reflection sentences helps you remember and use English naturally. Emma also thought about a tip from her teacher. Listening is like collecting drops of water. Each drop is small, but together they fill a glass. Step by step, your English becomes stronger. Emma smiled. She realized that every conversation, every word, every sentence counts. Even a few minutes of practice every day makes a big difference. Before going to bed, Emma wrote a small plan in her notebook for tomorrow. Listen to English for 15 minutes. Repeat new words and sentences. Talk to someone in English. Write reflections in my notebook. Practice questions and answers. Planning her practice helped her stay consistent and motivated. Finally, Emma spoke softly to herself. I am proud of myself. I listened carefully today. I practiced speaking politely. I learned new words. Tomorrow I will do more. English is fun, and I can improve every day. She smiled, feeling calm, happy, and motivated. Friends, let's repeat these motivational sentences together. I am proud of myself. I listened carefully today. I practiced speaking politely. I learned new words. Tomorrow I will do more. English is fun. I can improve every day. Very good. Repeating motivational sentences helps you feel confident and positive about learning English. Emma's home practice shows us an important lesson. Learning English is not only about listening outside. It is also about reflection, repeating words and sentences, asking and answering questions, creating your own sentences, and practicing pronunciation. Small, daily practice builds strong listening and speaking skills over time. The next morning, Emma woke up early, feeling fresh and excited. She stretched her arms and took a deep breath. Today was another opportunity to practice English. She thought, I will listen carefully, speak politely, and learn new words. Every day counts. She went to the kitchen to make a cup of tea. While boiling water, she spoke to herself in English. Good morning, Emma. Today is a new day. I will practice English. Slowly repeating sentences like this helps her start the day positively and confidently. Emma looked at her notebook from yesterday. She read her plan aloud. Listen to English for 15 minutes. Repeat new words and sentences. Talk to someone in English. Write reflections in my notebook. Practice questions and answers. She smiled and thought, I will follow this plan carefully. Step by step, I will improve. Planning daily practice is very important for steady progress. After breakfast, Emma decided to call her friend, Lisa, from the cafe. She wanted to practice speaking English with someone she knew. She dialed the number and said, Hello, Lisa. How are you today? Lisa replied cheerfully, Hi, Emma. I am good. And you? Emma smiled and said, I am fine. Thank you. I want to practice English with you today.
Can we talk?
Lisa said, Yes, of course. Let's talk. Emma felt happy. Practicing with a friend makes learning fun and interactive. Emma and Lisa started talking about small daily topics. Lisa asked, What are you doing today? Emma replied, I am planning to go for a short walk and listen to people speaking English. Lisa said, That is wonderful. I will also practice English while shopping. Emma repeated quietly, Planning short walk, listen wonderful shopping. Friends, noticing and repeating keywords helps you remember them. Next, they practiced describing objects around them. Lisa asked, What do you see in your room? Emma looked around and said slowly, I see a table, a chair, a notebook, a cup, and a pen. Lisa repeated, Very good. Now, try to make a sentence with one of these words. Emma said, I write new words in my notebook. Lisa smiled. Excellent. Keep practicing sentences like this. Describing objects and making sentences is very useful for everyday English. Emma and Lisa also practiced questions and answers. Lisa asked, "Do you like tea or coffee?" Emma replied, "I like tea. Coffee is nice too, but tea is my favorite." Lisa nodded. "Good. What do you like to eat in the morning?" Emma said, "I like bread and fruit. Sometimes I eat eggs too." Friends, asking and answering questions helps you understand English better and speak naturally. After a while, Emma decided to go for a short walk in her neighborhood. She noticed neighbors walking their dogs. A woman said, "Good morning. Beautiful day, isn't it?" Emma replied, "Yes, very beautiful." She noticed the words, "Good morning, beautiful day, and isn't it?" She repeated slowly, "Good morning, beautiful day, isn't it?" Greetings like this are very useful for everyday conversations. While walking, Emma passed a small shop. She heard the shopkeeper saying, "I have fresh apples and bananas today. Would you like some?" Emma repeated quietly, "Fresh apples, bananas, would you like some?" She thought, even short sentences like this are important. I can use them in real life. Small listening moments like this build vocabulary naturally. Emma also observed children playing in the street. One boy shouted, "Catch the ball." Another said, "Throw it fast." Emma repeated slowly, "Catch the ball, throw it fast." She smiled and thought, action words like these are fun to learn. I can use them when I play or talk about activities. Repeating real-life sentences helps improve listening and speaking. Back at home, Emma reviewed new words she heard during her walk. Morning, beautiful, apples, bananas, catch, throw, fast, fresh, notebook, table, chair, cup, pen. She wrote them in her notebook and repeated each word aloud slowly. Friends, repeating words regularly strengthens memory and pronunciation. Next, Emma practiced making sentences with these words. She said, "I have fresh apples and bananas. I see a table and a chair in my room. I throw the ball fast. I write in my notebook every day." Creating your own sentences is very important. It helps you speak naturally and confidently. Emma also practiced short dialogues with herself, pretending to talk to Lisa or other friends. "Hello, how are you?" "I am fine, thank you." "And you?" "I am good." "Did you have a nice morning?" "Yes, I walked and practiced English." "What about you?" "I went shopping and learned new words." Practicing dialogues like this is very useful for improving listening, speaking, and comprehension at the same time. After practicing, Emma reflected quietly. She thought, "Today I learned new words, practiced sentences, listened carefully, and spoke politely. I asked and answered questions. I described objects and used action words. I am improving step by step." Reflection is an important part of learning. It helps organize thoughts and strengthens understanding. Friends, let's repeat some key words and sentences from today's section together. Repeat slowly. Morning, beautiful, apples, bananas, catch, throw, fast, fresh, notebook, table, chair, cup, pen.
Great.
Now some sentences. I have fresh apples and bananas. I see a table and a chair in my room. I throw the ball fast. I write in my notebook every day. Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. And you? Very good. Emma realized an important lesson. Learning English is everywhere, at home, on walks, with friends, or in shops. Listening carefully, repeating words, practicing dialogues, asking and answering questions, and reflecting every day builds strong English skills. Step by step, small daily efforts make big improvements. At the end of the day, Emma sat quietly, smiling. She said softly to herself, "I am proud of myself. I practiced listening and speaking today. I learned new words and sentences. Tomorrow I will do more. I am improving every day." Friends, repeating motivational sentences helps you feel confident and positive about learning English. Later that evening, Emma received a message from Lisa. She was invited to a small gathering at Lisa's friend's house. Emma felt excited, but a little nervous. She whispered to herself, "This is a great chance to listen and speak English with more people. I can do this." She quickly prepared, took her notebook, and headed out. When Emma arrived, she saw a few people chatting in the living room. Some were standing, holding cups of tea, and others were sitting on sofas. The atmosphere was friendly and warm. Emma took a deep breath and smiled. She thought, "I will listen carefully and try to speak politely." Lisa waved at Emma and said, "Hi, come here. Let me introduce you to my friends." Emma walked closer and said softly, "Hello. Nice to meet you." One person replied, "Nice to meet you too. I am Mark." Another said, "I am Sarah. Welcome." Emma felt happy. She repeated quietly to herself, "Hello. Nice to meet you. Welcome." Small greetings are very important in social English. After introductions, people started talking about simple topics. Mark asked, "What do you do, Emma?" Emma replied slowly, "I am learning English. I also like reading books and walking in the park." Sarah asked, "That's wonderful. How long have you been learning English?" Emma said, "I started a few months ago. I practice every day." Friends, short answers with simple sentences are very effective in conversations. Repeat after me. I am learning English. I practice every day. I like reading books. Excellent. Lisa suggested they play a small game to practice English. She said, "We will take turns asking and answering simple questions. It will be fun." Everyone agreed. Emma felt excited. She thought, "This is perfect for listening and speaking practice." The first question was from Mark. "What is your favorite food?" Emma replied, "I like bread and fruit. Sometimes I eat eggs in the morning." Sarah repeated slowly, "Bread and fruit, eggs in the morning." Emma smiled. Listening to other people's sentences is also a very good practice. She repeated quietly, "Bread and fruit, eggs in the morning." Next, Sarah asked, "What do you like to do in your free time?" Emma said, "I like walking, reading, and listening to English." Lisa added, "That's great. Listening every day is very helpful." Emma repeated slowly, "Walking, reading, listening, helpful." Repeating words from conversations helps her remember them and use them later. Friends, let's pause and practice these words and sentences together. Walking's reading, listening, helpful, bread, fruit, eggs, morning. Now some sentences. I like walking, reading, and listening to English. I like bread and fruit. Sometimes I eat eggs in the morning. Excellent. After a few rounds of questions, Emma practiced asking her own questions. She asked Mark, "Do you like coffee or tea?" Mark replied, "I like coffee. Tea is nice too." Emma repeated quietly, "I like coffee. Tea is nice too." Then she asked Sarah, "Do you like reading books?" Sarah said, "Yes, I read every day. I like stories about travel." Emma repeated slowly, "I read every day stories about travel." Asking and answering questions helps practice listening, speaking, and understanding together. During the game, Emma noticed expressions people used when they were polite. Phrases like "that's great," "nice to meet you," and "would you like some tea?" are very common. She repeated quietly, "That's great. Nice to meet you. Would you like some tea?" Using polite phrases makes conversations friendly and natural. After the game, Lisa suggested a small snack break. People were chatting casually while eating sandwiches and fruit. Emma listened carefully. One person said, "I love this sandwich. It is very tasty." Another said, "The fruit is fresh and sweet." Emma repeated slowly, "Very tasty, fresh, sweet." She realized that listening to people describe things helps her learn adjectives and expressions. Emma decided to practice speaking again. She said politely, "May I have some fruit, please?" The host smiled and said, "Of course. Here you go." Emma repeated quietly, "May I have some fruit, please?" Using polite questions like this is very important for social English. Repeat with me. "May I have some fruit, please?" Excellent. As the evening continued, people talked about simple daily topics, hobbies, favorite movies, and weekend plans. Emma listened carefully. She heard sentences like, "I like swimming in the morning," and "I watch movies every weekend." She repeated slowly, "I like swimming in the morning. I watch movies every weekend." Listening to everyday conversations teaches natural English expressions. Friends, let's practice some sentences from the gathering. I like swimming in the morning. I watch movies every weekend. I like reading books. I read every day. The fruit is fresh and sweet. The sandwich is very tasty. Repeating sentences helps you remember and use them in real life. Emma also noticed how people use short phrases to respond naturally. Phrases like "that's great," "very good," "I see," and "interesting" are very common. She repeated quietly, "That's great," "very good," "I see," "interesting." These phrases help keep conversations flowing and sound natural. By the end of the evening, Emma felt happy and proud. She had listened to multiple people, practiced polite conversations, repeated new words, and asked and answered questions. She realized that social gatherings are excellent opportunities to improve listening and speaking skills. Before leaving, Emma thanked Lisa and the host. She said, "Thank you for inviting me. I learned a lot today. It was fun to practice English with everyone." Lisa replied, "You are welcome. You did very well. Keep practicing." Emma repeated quietly, "I learned a lot. It was fun. Keep practicing." On her way home, Emma reflected on the evening. She thought, listening to many people is different from listening to one person. It is faster and sometimes harder, but it helps me improve. Asking questions, using polite phrases, and repeating words makes me more confident. Reflection is an important part of learning English. Friends, let's review some key words and sentences from the gathering. Polite, tasty, fresh, sweet, may I, favorite, weekend, swimming, interesting.
I see.
Now sentences. May I have some fruit, please? I like swimming in the morning. I watch movies every weekend. The fruit is fresh and sweet. That's great. Very good. Interesting. Excellent. Emma's social gathering experience teaches us an important lesson. Listening to multiple people, practicing polite phrases, asking and answering questions, repeating new words, and reflecting afterwards all help improve English naturally. Step by step, day by day, social practice makes you stronger and more confident. As Emma reached home, she smiled and whispered, "Today was very helpful. I practiced listening to many people, spoke politely, and learned new words. Tomorrow I will continue practicing. I am improving every day." Friends, repeating motivational sentences like this helps build confidence and encourages regular practice. The next morning, Emma decided to try a new way to practice English. She opened her notebook and turned on a short English story on her tablet. The story was about a small cat named Milo who loved to explore the garden. Emma smiled. She thought, listening to stories will help me learn new words, sentences, and ideas. She took a deep breath and started listening carefully. The story began. Milo is a small cat. He loves to play in the garden. Every morning, he runs, jumps, and chases butterflies. One day, Milo sees a little bird on a branch. He is curious but careful. The bird sings a sweet song. Milo listens quietly. Emma listens slowly, pausing after each sentence to repeat quietly. Milo is a small cat. He loves to play in the garden. He runs, jumps, and chases butterflies. He sees a little bird. The bird sings a sweet song. Milo listens quietly. Repeating sentences helps remember words and improves pronunciation. Friends, let's practice together. Repeat slowly. Milo is a small cat. He loves to play in the garden. He runs, jumps, and chases butterflies. He sees a little bird. The bird sings a sweet song. Milo listens quietly. Very good. Listening to a story helps you notice new words and practice sentences naturally. Emma paused the story and wrote the words she heard in her notebook. Milo, cat, play, garden, runs, jumps, chases, butterflies, bird, branch, sings sweet, quietly. She repeated each word aloud. Milo, cat, play, garden, runs, jumps, chases, butterflies, bird, branch, sings sweet, quietly. Writing and repeating words from a story helps connect listening with speaking and memory. Next, Emma tried to summarize the story in her own words. She spoke slowly. Milo is a small cat. He likes to play in the garden every morning. He runs, jumps, and chases butterflies. One day, he sees a little bird. The bird sings a sweet song. Milo listens carefully. He is happy. By summarizing, Emma practiced using new words and sentences actively. Friends, summarizing stories is a very good way to practice speaking. Emma listened to the next part of the story. Milo decides to follow the bird. He walks slowly, so he does not scare the bird. The bird flies to a tree. Milo watches and learns how the bird sings. He wants to be careful and polite to the bird. She repeated each sentence slowly. Milo decides to follow the bird. He walks slowly. The bird flies to a tree. Milo watches. He wants to be careful and polite. Repeating helps understand and remember story details. Friends, let's practice together. Milo decides to follow the bird. He walks slowly. The bird flies to a tree. Milo watches. He wants to be careful and polite. Excellent. You are practicing listening and speaking at the same time. Emma paused again and wrote new words from this part of the story. Decide, follow, slowly, scare, flies, watches, careful, polite. She repeated each word aloud. Decide, follow slowly, scare, flies, watches, careful, polite. Writing while listening strengthens learning and helps use words in speaking. Next, Emma practiced making sentences with these new words. She said slowly, I decide to read a book. I follow my friend to the park. I walk slowly so I don't fall. I watch the birds in the garden. I want to be careful and polite. Creating sentences helps use new words actively and improves speaking skills. Emma then practiced asking and answering questions about the story. She spoke to herself. Who is Milo? Milo is a small cat. What does Milo like to do? He likes to play in the garden, run, jump, and chase butterflies. What does Milo see one day? He sees a little bird singing a sweet song. What does Milo decide to do? He decides to follow the bird carefully. Asking and answering questions helps understand stories and improves comprehension. Friends, let's repeat together. Who is Milo? Milo is a small cat. What does Milo like to do? He likes to play in the garden, run, jump, and chase butterflies. What does Milo see one day? He sees a little bird singing a sweet song. What does Milo decide to do? He decides to follow the bird carefully. Very good. Emma continued listening to the last part of the story. The bird lands near a small pond. Milo watches quietly. He learns how to listen and watch without disturbing. The bird sings and flies away. Milo is happy. He learned a lot today. She repeated slowly. The bird lands near a small pond. Milo watches quietly. He learns how to listen. The bird sings and flies away. Milo is happy. He learned a lot today. Repeating slowly helps remember story sequences and vocabulary. Friends, let's repeat together. The bird lands near a small pond. Milo watches quietly. He learns how to listen. The bird sings and flies away. Milo is happy. He learned a lot today. Excellent. You are practicing listening, vocabulary, and sentences naturally. Emma then wrote a short summary in her notebook. Milo is a small cat. He loves to play in the garden. He sees a little bird and follows it carefully. The bird sings a sweet song. Milo learns to watch and listen without disturbing. He is happy and learned many things today. She read it aloud slowly. Writing a summary helps connect listening, understanding, and speaking skills. Next, Emma practiced shadowing. She played the story again and repeated each sentence immediately after hearing it. This method helped her speak fluently and improve pronunciation. She whispered to herself, listening and repeating is very useful. I can learn new words, sentences, and ideas. Shadowing is one of the best ways to connect listening with speaking. Friends, let's repeat some key words from the story. Cat, garden, runs, jumps, chases, bird, branch, sings, sweet, quietly, follow, slowly, careful, polite, pond, watch, learned. Now some sentences. Milo is a small cat. He loves to play in the garden. The bird sings a sweet song. Milo decides to follow the bird carefully. He learns to watch and listen. Excellent. Emma realized an important lesson from today's story. Listening to stories helps learn vocabulary, sentences, and expressions naturally. Writing words and sentences, asking and answering questions, summarizing, and shadowing all strengthen English skills. Step by step, day by day, listening and practicing with stories makes English easier and more enjoyable. Before going to bed, Emma wrote a small note in her notebook. Listen to English stories every day. Repeat sentences. Write new words. Make my own sentences. Ask and answer questions. Shadow the story. Learn and enjoy. She smiled, feeling happy and motivated. Friends, let's repeat together. Listen to English stories every day. Repeat sentences. Write new words. Make my own sentences. Ask and answer questions. Shadow the story. Learn and enjoy. Very good. Repeating these motivational sentences helps you stay confident and practice every day. Emma whispered to herself softly. Today I listened, repeated, wrote, and practiced speaking. I learned many new words and sentences. Tomorrow I will listen to another story and practice more. I am improving every day. The next morning, Emma decided to take a short walk to practice English outside again. She thought, today I will listen carefully, use polite phrases, and practice speaking with different people. She took her notebook and pen, ready to write new words and sentences she would hear. Emma walked down her street slowly, noticing small shops, people, and sounds around her. She reminded herself, listening is important. Every conversation is practice. She saw a small bakery and heard the shopkeeper talking to a customer. Good morning. How are you today? The customer replied, I'm fine, thank you. I would like a loaf of bread, please. Emma repeated slowly. Good morning. How are you today? I would like a loaf of bread, please. She smiled and thought, even small conversations help me learn English. Friends, let's repeat together. Good morning. How are you today? I would like a loaf of bread, please. Excellent. Polite greetings and requests are very important in everyday English. Emma continued walking and saw a boy playing with a ball in the park. He shouted, throw the ball. Catch it. Emma repeated quietly. Throw the ball. Catch it. She noticed action words like throw, catch, and run. Using action words makes conversations lively and easy to understand. Near the pond, Emma noticed a man feeding the ducks. The man said to his child, give them some bread slowly. Don't scare the ducks. Emma repeated, give them some bread slowly. Don't scare the ducks. Friends, repeating short sentences like these helps you remember words and understand polite instructions. Emma then practiced talking to someone herself. A woman was sitting on a bench reading a book. Emma smiled and said politely, hello. What book are you reading? The woman replied, I am reading a story about a small cat named Milo. It is very nice. Emma was surprised and happy. She repeated quietly, I am reading a story about a small cat. It is very nice. She realized that listening to real-life conversations and connecting them with stories she knows makes learning easier. Next, Emma asked politely, may I sit here? The woman said, "Of course. Please sit." Emma repeated slowly, "May I sit here?" "Of course. Please sit." Friends, polite questions and answers like these are very useful. Repeat after me. May I sit here? Of course.
Please sit.
Very good. While sitting, Emma listened to nearby conversations. She heard a man saying, "I will go to the market. Do you want to come with me?" His friend replied, "No, thank you. I need to stay home." Emma repeated slowly, "I will go to the market. Do you want to come with me? I need to stay home." Short sentences about plans are common and useful for daily conversations. Emma decided to practice using new words from her story. She spoke softly, "I see a cat in the garden. The cat runs and jumps. The bird sings a sweet song. I follow the cat carefully." By connecting words from the story with real-life observations, she reinforced her vocabulary naturally. Friends, try repeating, "I see a cat in the garden. The cat runs and jumps. The bird sings a sweet song. I follow the cat carefully." Excellent. A young man was walking by and said, "Good morning. Beautiful day, isn't it?" Emma replied politely, "Yes, very beautiful." "Good morning," she repeated quietly. "Good morning. Beautiful day. Very beautiful." Greeting people and noticing expressions like this is very important in daily English. Emma then practiced listening to multiple conversations at once. She heard one child asking, "Can I have ice cream?" and another child saying, "I want 2 scoops, please." A parent replied, "Just 1 scoop each. You can share next time." Emma repeated slowly, "Can I have ice cream? I want 2 scoops. Just 1 scoop each. You can share next time." Listening to multiple people speaking at once can be challenging, but very helpful for improving comprehension. Friends, let's repeat together. Can I have ice cream? I want 2 scoops. Just 1 scoop each. You can share next time. Very good. These are useful sentences for everyday life. Emma also practiced asking simple questions herself. She saw a man walking a dog and asked, "What is your dog's name?" The man replied, "His name is Max. He loves to play in the park." Emma repeated slowly, "His name is Max. He loves to play in the park." Asking questions and listening carefully helps improve conversational skills naturally. Next, Emma practiced short dialogues by herself, using what she heard. She said, "Hello. How are you?" "I am fine, thank you." "And you?" "I am good." "Did you have a nice morning?" "Yes, I walked in the park and practiced English." That's wonderful. Keep practicing. Practicing dialogues like this improves listening, speaking, and understanding responses at the same time. Emma wrote down new words she learned while walking: cat, bird, follow, carefully, garden, runs, jumps, sweet, sing, market, scoop, share, beautiful, ice cream, dog, park, play, question, answer, polite. She repeated each word aloud slowly: cat, bird, follow, carefully, garden, runs, jumps, sweet, sing, market, scoop, share, beautiful, ice cream, dog, park, play, question, answer, polite. Writing and repeating words strengthens memory and pronunciation. Before heading home, Emma reflected on her outdoor practice. She thought, "Today I listened to many real-life conversations. I repeated words and sentences. I asked questions politely. I connected new words from the story with what I saw outside. Every small conversation helps me improve. Reflection helps organize learning and increases confidence. Friends, let's repeat some key sentences from today. May I sit here, please? Can I have ice cream? I want 2 scoops. Just 1 scoop each. I see a cat in the garden. The bird sings a sweet song. He loves to play in the park. Very good. Repeating sentences helps you speak more naturally in real life. Emma whispered to herself softly, listening carefully, asking questions politely, repeating words, and connecting stories with real life helps me improve. Step by step, I'm getting better at English every day. That afternoon, Emma decided to try another type of English practice. She wanted to listen to a short news clip on her tablet. She thought, listening to news will help me understand different words and sentences. I will take notes and summarize what I hear. She found a 5-minute news story about a small town preparing for a festival. The news anchor began. Good morning. Today in Mapletown, people are preparing for the annual festival. Many families are decorating their homes and streets. Children are helping with colorful banners and balloons. Shops are selling fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. The weather is sunny and beautiful. Everyone is excited. Emma paused after each sentence and repeated slowly. Good morning. People are preparing for the annual festival. Families are decorating their homes. Children are helping. Shops are selling fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. The weather is sunny and beautiful. Everyone is excited. Repeating sentences helps with listening, pronunciation, and memory. Friends, let's repeat together. Good morning. People are preparing for the annual festival. Families are decorating their homes. Children are helping. Shops are selling fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. The weather is sunny and beautiful. Everyone is excited. Excellent. These sentences are useful for everyday English and describing events. Emma then took notes in her notebook. She wrote, festival, prepare, families, decorating, children, banners, balloons, shops, fruits, bread, flowers, sunny, beautiful, excited. She repeated each word aloud. Festival, prepare, families, decorating, children, banners, balloons, shops, fruits, bread, flowers, sunny, beautiful, excited. Writing words while listening helps connect listening, writing, and speaking skills. Next, Emma practiced making sentences with these words. Families are preparing for the festival. Children are decorating with banners and balloons. Shops are selling fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. The weather is sunny and beautiful. Everyone is excited. Creating sentences helps practice new words actively and improves speaking confidence. Friends, try repeating. Families are preparing for the festival. Children are decorating with banners and balloons. Shops are selling fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. The weather is sunny and beautiful. Everyone is excited. Very good. Emma played the next part of the news clip. The mayor said, "We are happy to celebrate together. This festival brings joy to everyone. People from nearby towns will also join." She repeated slowly. The mayor said, "We are happy to celebrate together. This festival brings joy to everyone. People from nearby towns will also join." Repeating quotes from speakers helps practice natural English sentences. Friends, repeat together. The mayor said, "We are happy to celebrate together. This festival brings joy to everyone. People from nearby towns will also join. Excellent. Quoting others politely is important in English. Emma paused the clip and summarized what she heard in her own words. In Mapletown, people are getting ready for the festival. Families and children are decorating. Shops sell fruits, bread, and flowers. The weather is sunny and everyone is happy. The mayor said the festival brings joy to everyone. Summarizing helps connect. Listening, understanding, and speaking skills. Friends, repeat. In Mapletown, people are getting ready for the festival. Families and children are decorating. Shops sell fruits, bread, and flowers. The weather is sunny and everyone is happy. The mayor said the festival brings joy to everyone. Very good. Next, Emma practiced asking and answering questions about the news. She spoke to herself. Where is the festival? It is in Mapletown. Who is helping with decorations? Families and children are helping. What are shops selling? Fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. Who spoke about the festival? The mayor spoke about the festival. Asking and answering questions improves comprehension and speaking confidence. Friends, let's repeat together. Where is the festival? It is in Mapletown. Who is helping with decorations? Families and children are helping. What are shops selling? Fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. Who spoke about the festival? The mayor spoke about the festival. Excellent. Emma then practiced polite phrases she could use in similar situations. Good morning. How is the festival today? It looks very beautiful. May I take a photo of the decorations? Thank you. Everything is wonderful. Polite phrases help make conversations friendly and natural. Friends, repeat. Good morning. How is the festival today? It looks very beautiful. May I take a photo of the decorations? Thank you. Everything is wonderful. Very good. After finishing the news clip, Emma reflected on her practice. She thought, listening to news is different from stories or conversations. The sentences are clear, formal, and organized. I can learn vocabulary, descriptions, and polite phrases. Taking notes and summarizing helps me remember and speak better. Reflection strengthens learning and builds confidence. Emma also connected new vocabulary with her previous practice. She spoke aloud. Children are playing in the park. They throw the ball fast. The cat is in the garden. The bird sings a sweet song. Families are preparing for the festival. Shops sell fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. By connecting different learning experiences, she reinforced vocabulary naturally. Friends, repeat these sentences slowly. Children are playing in the park. They throw the ball fast. The cat is in the garden. The bird sings a sweet song. Families are preparing for the festival. Shops sell fresh fruits, bread, and flowers. Excellent. Before going to bed, Emma wrote a small reflection in her notebook. Listen to short news clips. Write new words. Repeat sentences. Ask and answer questions. Use polite phrases. Summarize what I hear. Connect new words with previous learning. Learn and enjoy. She smiled and said softly, Today I listened, wrote, repeated, and practiced speaking. I learned many new words and sentences. Tomorrow I will practice more. I am improving every day. Friends, repeating motivational sentences helps you stay positive and confident in learning English. Emma realized an important lesson. Listening to different types of English, stories, conversations, and news helps learn new words, sentences, expressions, and polite phrases. Taking notes, summarizing, repeating sentences, and reflecting strengthens listening, speaking, and comprehension naturally. The next day, Emma decided to practice English in a slightly longer real-life situation. She thought, today I will go to the cafe and market. I will listen carefully, ask questions, speak politely, and learn new words. She took her notebook and pen and walked toward the small cafe in her neighborhood. When she entered the cafe, the barista greeted her politely. Good morning. Welcome. How are you today? Emma replied. Good morning. I am fine, thank you. How are you? She repeated quietly to herself. Good morning. I am fine, thank you. How are you? Polite greetings help start conversations naturally. Friends, repeat with me. Good morning. I am fine, thank you.
How are you?
Very good. Emma looked at the menu and asked politely, May I have a cup of tea, please? The barista smiled and said, Of course. Would you like milk or sugar? Emma replied, A little milk, please. No sugar. She repeated slowly, May I have a cup of tea, please? A little milk, please. No sugar. Using polite questions and answers is very important in daily life. While waiting for her tea, Emma observed people in the cafe talking quietly. One man said, I like reading here in the morning. It is peaceful. A woman said, I come here every weekend to enjoy coffee and watch the street. Emma repeated slowly, I like reading here in the morning. It is peaceful. I come here every weekend, enjoy coffee, watch the street. Listening to real-life conversations helps improve understanding and vocabulary naturally. After receiving her tea, Emma decided to practice short dialogues with herself. She spoke slowly. Hello. How is your morning? It is good, thank you. I enjoy my tea. That is wonderful. I am learning English and practicing listening and speaking. Friends, repeating dialogues helps you sound natural in conversations. Next, Emma left the cafe and walked to the market nearby. She noticed people buying fruits, vegetables, and other things. She heard a man asking, How much are these apples? The seller replied, $2 per kilo. Emma repeated slowly, How much are these apples? $2 per kilo. Asking about prices is very common in markets and helps practice numbers and polite questions. Emma then tried asking politely herself, Excuse me, may I have 1 kilo of bananas, please? The seller smiled and said, Of course. Here you go. Emma repeated, May I have 1 kilo of bananas, please? Of course. Here you go. Polite requests and responses are very important in real-life situations. Friends, repeat, May I have 1 kilo of bananas, please? Of course. Here you go. Excellent. While walking through the market, Emma listened to conversations between other shoppers and sellers. One person said, I would like some fresh bread, please. Another said, Do you have any fresh flowers today? Emma repeated slowly, I would like some fresh bread, please. Do you have any fresh flowers today? Listening to short questions and answers improves comprehension naturally. Emma also practiced making sentences with new words she heard. I buy fresh bread every morning. Shops sell fresh flowers. I want some bananas, please. The apples are $2 per kilo. Creating sentences helps reinforce vocabulary and speaking skills. Friends, repeat. I buy fresh bread every morning. Shops sell fresh flowers. I want some bananas, please. The apples are $2 per kilo. Very good. Next, Emma practiced asking and answering questions about what she saw. What is the price of the apples? $2 per kilo. What do you want to buy? I want some bananas and fresh bread. Do you like fresh flowers? Yes, very much. Asking and answering questions in real-life situations improves conversational skills naturally. Emma also practiced polite phrases while interacting. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Excuse me, can I ask a question? May I help you? Using polite phrases keeps conversations friendly and natural. Friends, repeat. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Excuse me, can I ask a question? May I help you? Excellent. While moving through the market, Emma noticed a child selling small toys. She smiled and asked politely, Hello, how much is this toy? The child replied, $1, please. Emma repeated, Hello, how much is this toy? $1, please. She realized that listening and speaking politely with people of all ages helps improve confidence and communication skills naturally. After finishing shopping, Emma sat on a bench to review her practice. She wrote new words in her notebook: cafe, tea, milk, sugar, menu, peaceful, apples, bananas, bread, flowers, price, kilo, toys, polite, question, answer, listen, speak, practice, conversation. She repeated each word aloud: cafe, tea, milk, sugar, menu, peaceful, apples, bananas, bread, flowers, price, kilo, toys, polite, question, answer, listen, speak, practice, conversation. Writing and repeating new words strengthens vocabulary and memory. Emma then summarized her practice in sentences. I went to the cafe and said polite greetings. I ordered tea and practiced conversations. I went to the market and bought fruits and bread. I asked questions politely and listened carefully. I used new words and repeated sentences. I am learning step by step. Friends, repeat. I went to the cafe and said polite greetings. I ordered tea and practiced conversations. I went to the market and bought fruits and bread. I asked questions politely and listened carefully. I used new words and repeated sentences. I am learning step by step. Very good. Before going home, Emma reflected on her day. Real-life practice is different from listening at home. Conversations are faster. People use polite phrases, and I hear new words everywhere. Asking questions, listening carefully, repeating sentences, and making my own sentences helps me improve every day. Reflection helps connect listening, speaking, and comprehension skills naturally. Emma whispered softly. Today I practiced listening, speaking, asking questions, and being polite. I learned new words and sentences. Tomorrow I will practice more. Every day, I am improving. That evening, Emma sat at her desk with her notebook, smiling. She thought, today is the perfect day to review everything I learned this week. Stories, conversations, social situations, and even news practice all helped me. She opened her notebook and looked at the words she had written over the past days. Cat, bird, garden, jump, run, follow, carefully, sweet, festival, tea, cafe, polite, question, answer, apples, bananas, bread, flowers, sunny, beautiful, toys, listen, speak, practice, conversation. Emma whispered each word slowly. Cat, bird, garden, jump, run, follow, carefully, sweet, festival, tea, cafe, polite, question, answer, apples, bananas, bread, flowers, sunny, beautiful, toys, listen, speak, practice, conversation. Friends, let's repeat together. Very good. Repeating words helps strengthen memory and pronunciation. Next, Emma reviewed sentences she had practiced. Milo is a small cat. He loves to play in the garden. The bird sings a sweet song. Families are preparing for the festival. Children are decorating with banners and balloons. May I have a cup of tea, please? I want 1 kilo of bananas, please. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Can I ask a question? She repeated slowly. Milo is a small cat. He loves to play in the garden. The bird sings a sweet song. Families are preparing for the festival. Children are decorating with banners and balloons. May I have a cup of tea, please? I want 1 kilo of bananas, please. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Can I ask a question? Repeating sentences helps improve listening, speaking, and confidence. Emma then practiced a short conversation combining what she had learned. She imagined talking to a friend at the cafe. Hi, how are you? I am fine, thank you. And you? I am good. Did you visit the festival today? Yes, it was beautiful. Children were decorating, and shops sold fresh fruits and flowers. That sounds wonderful. May I ask, what did you enjoy the most? I liked watching the children play and listening to the birds in the garden. Everything was lovely. Friends, repeat with me. Hi.
How are you?
I am fine, thank you. And you? I am good. Did you visit the festival today? Yes, it was beautiful. Children were decorating, and shops sold fresh fruits and flowers. That sounds wonderful. May I ask, what did you enjoy the most? I liked watching the children play and listening to the birds in the garden. Excellent. Practicing conversations like this helps use words and sentences naturally. Next, Emma reflected on her progress. She whispered to herself, I have practiced listening to stories, conversations, news, and real-life situations. I have written words, repeated sentences, asked questions, and spoken politely. I feel more confident. Every day, I am learning more and improving step by step. Friends, reflecting on your learning helps remember and use English better. Repeat, I am learning more every day. I am improving step by step. Very good. Emma also reminded herself of the most important lesson, listening carefully, repeating words and sentences, asking questions, using polite phrases, summarizing, and practicing in real-life situations helps me learn English naturally. I can combine everything I have learned and speak with confidence. Friends, repeat slowly, listening carefully, repeating words and sentences, asking questions, using polite phrases, summarizing, practicing in real-life situations helps me learn English naturally.
Excellent.
Before going to bed, Emma wrote a final note in her notebook. Practice every day. Listen, repeat, write, speak, ask, answer, and enjoy learning. Be confident and patient. Step by step, I am improving. She read it aloud slowly. Practice every day. Listen, repeat, write, speak, ask, answer, and enjoy learning. Be confident and patient. Step by step, I am improving. Friends, let's repeat together. Very good. Emma smiled and whispered to herself softly, I am proud of my progress. I will continue practicing English every day. Listening, speaking, and learning is fun. I can do this. Friends, remember, small daily practice builds big improvement over time. Confidence grows step by step, and every word you learn helps you communicate naturally. Finally, Emma waved goodbye to her imaginary viewers and said warmly, Thank you for listening with me today. I hope you enjoyed practicing English. Remember to listen carefully, repeat sentences, ask questions, and speak politely. Practice every day, even a little, and you will see improvement. I am excited to continue learning with you. See you in the next lesson. Bye-bye. Friends, let's repeat together. Thank you for listening. Listen carefully. Repeat sentences. Ask questions. Speak politely. Practice every day. You will improve. Very good. And with that, Emma ended her day, feeling happy, confident, and motivated. She knew that learning English is a journey, and every step, every conversation, every story, and every word brings her closer to fluency. Friends, remember, learning English is not just about words. It's about listening, speaking, practicing, reflecting, and enjoying every step of the journey.